Hello and welcome. Oops. Sorry.
Oh my god.
It's hold on. Let me start that over here. Let me I totally botched that. There we go.
Man.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me as always are my brothers, Bobby and Rudy. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hola.
We are brought to you, as always, by the Farmhouse in the historic River Market area. Go down to 3rd and Delaware and see our cousin, Chef Vince Paredes, and chef and owner, and tell him that those stupid guys on the podcast, on that dumb podcast, told you to come down there and grab some grub. Told you it was a real good place to eat.
Yeah.
All right.
And we got some guests waiting in the green room. One of which made me a father at 18 years old. My firstborn beautiful daughter and her husband, Miranda and James Turney.
Welcome.
Turney, come on.
That's a beautiful green room.
Did you really say Turney?
Really nice stuff.
I don't know why I said Turney. I think because we were making fun of saying Carney. We were saying Kearney. And anyway, whatever. James and Miranda Turney. How are you?
He's also your son-in-law. I know you refer to him as Miranda's husband, like you want nothing to do with him.
That's Miranda's husband.
I mean, I could have said son-in-law, but he's also Miranda's husband. I mean,
it's all right, Dad.
Oh man, guys, how are you doing this evening?
Not too bad.
Tired.
Yeah,
Where's
it's been a kind of long day.
More importantly, where's Sonny and Rylan at?
They're knocked out right now. Actually, Rylan's probably watching TV.
Is he?
We kind of cut him some slack since it's spring break this week.
Oh, he's on spring break.
Yeah, he's got the week off.
You guys got any big plans for spring break?
No, we actually switches houses tomorrow. So our half of spring break's just about over. He made it to main event through all of our Easter stuff, and then he had a day at main event yesterday. So that concludes.
Yeah. That's fun. What about Sunny? I know she wasn't feeling good this past weekend. How's she feeling?
Yeah, she's probably in the middle of a fever dream right now.
Yeah, she's still looking pretty rough today.
We put her down with a hefty spoonful of Motrin hour or so ago.
Yep.
I've been wanting to do this for a while because I know what a huge fan she is of Quit Acting Stupid.
She does love the show. She does love the show.
We don't have that video. We should have had that video.
I can play it on my phone, but
we try to be more professional than that. But
I'm just doing what I can with what I got, with what you guys are giving me here. So.
I know.
We understand.
I'm just glad you could join us this week after Rudy and unceremoniously bumped you last week.
Twice, wasn't it?
No, that is incorrect. We never confirmed. We never confirmed.
Okay, give me just a second.
Don't do this.
You guys go ahead and keep talking.
We never
on a break.
Put him back in the green room. Put him back in the green room. No, we're going to sit here in complete awkward silence, so you have to find what you were looking for. Anyways, what I've been wanting to do is, since I know Sunny is a big fan of the show, I wanted to talk to her because I know she likes to watch Poppy on Quit Acting Stupid. So I just want to say hi, Sunny. Sunny, how are you?
Here you go.
Your uncles want to know if you and James would like to be our guests on our next podcast Tuesday night. So you told me which podcast. We had the night booked.
You had the night.
Yeah, sounds good. I confirmed.
Okay.
So I just want to.
Damn! Yes!
You said
timeline screenshot.
Okay, but wait. So you said yes. What was your response to that? Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. So
that's confirmation. Come on.
Okay. so then when I called to quote unquote bump you, you said, yeah, I'm not really feeling it anyways.
I don't think that happened, and I don't think you have any proof of that.
First of all,
it was a phone call. You're right. I don't have any
proof.
proof.
No shame, honestly. It doesn't matter. You booked, you called, you canceled. Should I happen to be relieved that I didn't have to log on? Maybe.
You were like, yeah, I don't want to have to take a shower. I don't want to have to do anything.
All right. Well, you don't got it. You don't got to wear my business.
Well, I was torn up about it. Okay, so
he was really upset. He told me to. He was like, he's gonna ask again. He's like, the answer's no.
But looky here.
I wanted to talk him off the ledge.
But looky here, episode 16, and what do you know?
17.
It's really been 16.
It says
17.
16 at the bottom. Why does it say 16 at the bottom?
Congrats, you guys! Big day.
Oh my goodness! What kind of Mickey Mouse show are we running here? Jamie's got the crawl across the bottom says 16. The thing I'm looking at up in the top left says 17. I mean, what a bunch of amateurs you guys are.
Talk amongst yourselves while I fix this.
Yeah, while he fixes it.
This is like actually recording right now. Like this is part of the show.
Yeah.
This is what makes it good, then, right? Like
terrible. Anyways, hello, Sonny.
We have tons of listeners. Anyway,
Sonny, I hope you enjoyed. Oh, look, episode 17. Okay. Anyways, guys. So what's been going on? I know this weekend we had a big weekend that I kind of wanted to get to, and
big family weekend. Lots of family this weekend, huh?
Probably too much family, I would say.
Definitely.
But we took family pictures this weekend, guys. Just off the top of your head, how do you feel it went?
You know, if it had gone any better, I probably would have thought I was in like a simulation. Aside from a couple things, which like, what are you going to do? I was very surprised with how well we pulled it off.
I couldn't agree more.
I originally sent some sarcasm, but I think you're actually being sincere there.
No, she's being sincere.
100%. I wanted to wait to come on until after we did family pictures because I was like so certain it was going to be a disaster. And we've never done this before, correct? Like even way back when. We've never all gotten together to take a professional photo with a person we don't know.
I mean, I've never done that on my
I know it's not going to happen again. So
we did one in a studio where I think Xavier was like a baby, right?
Yeah, he's pretty little. It was just Miranda, Kylie, and Xavier, I think, were the only ones in the family at the time.
Yeah, so we did one way back when, but it was in a studio. It wasn't outdoors.
We've expanded to, 25 now?
My confidence really could not have been lower. And I'm very surprised.
Well,
when you had Kylie, it was 26. So there were actually 26 of us.
Because when we went into it, I know Kim kept texting me, asking me questions about, well, what about this? And what time are we meeting them? And to me, I'm just like, look, it's going to be a shit show regardless. So let's just go with it and whatever. And it wasn't.
When the text started coming through about, well, I don't know about that. The location, I think it was grandma. And she, are we going to be dressed too
night before
too
or
nice
something like that?
For the trees and I'm like, the fact that we have all agreed to show up at the same time at the same location has surpassed what I expected. I did not expect this family picture to leave the group chat. I really didn't. I'm super impressed. And for opinions to start coming through on colors of shirts, I thought we were doing navy and then we're doing pastels and stuff. And it was fun. I would read him those texts as they would come through, and I'm like, this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be a true nightmare.
Yes, for sure.
So you guys all had me very, very worried because you guys were all talking about how much of a shit show this was going to be. And so I'm getting nervous. I'm thinking, oh God, is it really going to be that bad? But, I have to admit, or I have to say, I was the one that tried to get everybody pulled together as far as a date. And then once we got the date, I had to, repeat it to some folks, Rudy, multiple times because they didn't write it down anywhere.
We're not going to pay attention.
Sounds right.
But as we got closer, I thought, no, this is gonna work. Well, then there was
props go to you and Anita too. Anita, oh my God.
Let me stop you there. Props go to Anita. Like it was on Bobby's. No, this was on Bobby's plate for a very long time. And I kept saying, can you confirm a date? Because my kid's got to get the time off of work. Can you confirm? Can you confirm? There was no confirmation until like week of. And I think it was Anita that finally took over and said, you know what, move over. Let me do
No. What it was I actually delegated. I was trying to do 65 different things. And then I got extremely busy at work. And I've got 2 photographers that were asking me, you know, hey, are you going to go with me? Are you going to go with me? And I told Anita, I really just wanted her to help pick out which photographer we're going to go with. And then I would pick it back up from there. But I appreciate that she took the whole thing and just ran with it, because then I was able to focus on other things. So I'm going to pat myself on the back because I'm a pretty good delegator and I know who to delegate things to get them done.
Lame.
But so I think it all came off pretty well. Now that's all contingent on the fact that we haven't seen any of the photos yet.
Yeah, and I think my first worry was when we got to the location and it was like a street and next to a bunch of wood, like a wooded area, and I'm thinking, how are my parents going to get through this? Like somebody's going to snap an ankle. Like it was one of those things where it's like, this is where it's going to get good. And
go ahead.
But I brought a chair for Mom to sit on. Now, ultimately, as we'll see later in the show, they use the chair for something else, but
inappropriately.
But we don't want to.
No.
You know, let's save that for later in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, James, you're from a rather large family as well.
Yep.
Number-wise, what are we talking? Like compared to what you just dealt with this weekend?
What would you say? It's probably similar, if not maybe a little more if you include like all my, because my family stretches pretty
one
far.
For one though.
Like I'm talking like when we go to like Aunt Paula's and stuff.
Right, but that's your mom's cousin. If we're talking like your aunts and uncles your cousins, similar the 1 for 1 to Grandma and Popo's house. Probably about half.
Big, probably about half. We're with the more immediate family and aunts and uncles, but like a lot of our family events do extend out to second cousins and stuff like that.
Sure. Have you guys ever attempted to round up basically this many people and try to take a picture?
No.
Yeah.
Not that I can remember anyways from any time ever. Right. There's no way. I think there's probably like a good 50 of us in that larger group.
Yeah, I think I'm with Miranda. I was surprised we could even all get in the same place at the same time. That just
we had a lot of things going on too. I mean, Sunny, she was a trooper. She was, had the onset of something coming on. Alicia, Vanessa, we've got
30 minutes before pictures, totally fine. By the time we got home, totally fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
She decided to crap out and reboot during the exact window of family photos.
Yep.
I think you guys touched on it.
She was still sick, but she got a second wind where she was up and running and talking, and
like nothing had happened.
When you guys go ahead, Jamie.
No, I was just gonna say I think the biggest miracle was, like you said, getting everybody in the same place at the same time. And I think the last time we were able to do that was when we went to Colorado, wasn't it? When that was like 2015 or so, 2016.
Yeah, there were a lot fewer of us. There were a lot fewer of us back then.
But even then, Miranda didn't make that trip.
I'm pretty sure everybody was at Sunny's first birthday party, including Xavier, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we had everybody there.
Yeah, and we got a photo of everybody.
Well, and your wedding too. When your wedding was just December of 22.
That's true.
So I think everybody would have been at that, right?
Huh. That's pretty good. I guess we're better than I thought.
Yeah, you're right.
Now it takes a lot of planning to make sure that we're all there. And I don't know if we skipped over this, but the whole purpose of us getting together to do Family Picture Day on Saturday was, we're hopefully going to have a family photo for our parents' 50th wedding anniversary that's coming up here, later this month actually. And so I really wanted to. I hopefully the timing works out. Where the photographer told me it'll be a couple weeks before we get the photos, but hopefully we'll have something good that we can sort of have there at the day of the event on 4/20. I think we've talked about that before. Their wedding anniversary, very unique date. But anyway, 50 years. That's remarkable. Can you guys see yourselves together 50 years? You now, what, a year and a half in?
If I survive that long. All my health problems, I'm hoping.
I was about to say, that was not just stab at me.
No, not at all. As long as I'm alive, yes, for sure.
I took it that way. That's the way I took it. As long as you don't need any blood transfusions, right?
Maybe we should give everybody a visual of what it actually looked like. We had sections, like all the families had to break down into their own, we had different groupings. And like everybody had their shot. Like Miranda, your family, or you guys went with Rudy's as a big group, and then didn't you break off and do your own photos? And then my group went for it was crazy. It was. I'm thinking, when you first mentioned it was gonna be a 2-hour session. I'm like, oh man, it'll be easy. Most of us are adults. We'll just hop in, hop out. I'm like, no way it's gonna take that long, but to coordinate something like that was just insane. When I saw you guys send around the list of the different shots that were going to be for each, I was like, what is this going to be? I'm like, and I thought, with kids, how they, it could be, hit or miss, and it might take a little bit longer, but man, I was amazed.
Well, we have a lot of little ones between Sonny, Vanessa, Nathan, and then Alicia, and just so getting everybody to look up and look at the camera and also smile, and that was a lot of fun too. I don't know if anybody recorded us trying to make the kids smile and look up at the camera, but that was also pretty funny. I was wore out. I mean, after that 2-hour session, I was exhausted. Now where was I going to go with this? Oh, my original plan was, and I'm glad.
Hold on, you muted yourself.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know what happened. So my original plan was for us to do the family photo and then go to mass to celebrate our parents' anniversary, and then go to dinner. So I'm talking like an 8-hour, a full day, and I think after the 2 hours, everybody was exhausted. The kids for sure. So I don't know how that would. Thank God that's not the way it ended up working out. Because
I think it probably helped some of you guys, some of the adults that I'd show up, and I don't know, I think Crystal brought a cooler had beer in it. And so in true Mexican form, any family function had a cooler of beer that accompanied
all we were missing was the Tejano music.
I feel like that's how you know the cousins are getting older too, because I don't ever remember alcohol being around at family functions at all of any sort. And now all of a sudden there's Trulies, there's beers, and I'm like, there's.
And you know what? I feel like Quentin and Crystal are going to be the ones to, any kind of family function. If you need a drink, I think they're the.
Hey, I ain't mad at them. I mean,
no, I appreciated the fact that they had a Coors there for me. No.
But as soon as I saw it, I thought, no, because then I'm going to have to go to the bathroom, and I have no idea. We're in the middle of the forest here. I don't.
The bathroom's all around you.
What are you talking about?
That's where you go. But no, my main concern was, I know when we all get together, we kind of do this. Like, we don't shut up. Like, we're trying to make each other laugh, and we're trying to. And I remember when we first started making these texts, I kind of told everybody, I'm like, okay, we've got the date, we've got the photographer, everything's just, everybody shut up and listen to the photographer. Like, everybody else needs to shut up. And surprisingly enough, everybody kind of did. I mean, they, there was not a lot of jokey. I mean, there was outside when they were shooting individual families, but it kind of all went smoothly. So good for us.
Yeah, no, can you imagine being the photographer and having to deal with people like us where, everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's got, she tried to bless her heart. I mean, she tried to keep everybody straight and who was with who. And it was funny because she referred to, because when Quentin and Kylie were in my picture, and I think Crystal was in it too, she mentioned, I think to Quentin, okay, now get behind mom. and Emily had to crack up. It's like, yeah, get behind mama. Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Too, though, but I have to admit, Miranda mentioned, that Friday night when mom throws a little bit of a wrench into things and says, well, I'm not so sure I like the location that we have set, in less than 24 hours. So there I am Friday night, drink in one hand, my phone in the other, trying to text the photographer and say, well, what other locations have you shot at Shawnee Mission Park? Because mom may not be too excited about the,
I thought she was trying to be funny.
I didn't realize that, but yeah, she was trolling me.
7 at night, the night before we're all out of show. I thought she was being funny.
But that is the most Paredes thing to do, is to wait till the very last minute and say, you know what?
But,
I don't think I want to do that.
But when did we get confirmation of the location?
Well, that's because Thursday night, even Thursday night, I'd gotten off work early. And so Thursday afternoon, Anita and I are driving around. We went down to Nelson Atkins just to check that out, and really didn't think like there was a whole lot going on there for us to do it there. So then we went up to the Kaufman Center for the Performing Arts, and we were like, there's really only one shot here. There's not a whole lot of variety. And so then we went down to the Liberty Memorial, and that was closed. So we're still looking at different locations as late as Thursday night. And so I think by Thursday night we had settled with the photographer. And so then it was kind of funny. It wasn't funny at the time, actually, but to have my mom come in and say, well, I'm not sure that's going to work.
Right. Because I'm just saying, it's not like mom had known about the location for 2 weeks and then waited till the last day.
Correct.
She did kind of just find out, and she was like, meh.
Yeah.
But
I
like
the cool people and gone down to the inner city and got some graffiti in the background and do kind of cool poses.
I almost said, should we go look at West Bottoms? And Anita's like, your mom isn't going to want all that graffiti in the background, and I'm like, yeah.
I feel like that was kind of a shot at me for our family pictures we took a couple years ago.
Oh, it wasn't,
but yeah, it fits. Yeah.
I was just looking at that picture tonight because I was scrolling through my phone to see if there were any cool pictures of Miranda or James that we could share. And I came across that picture and I looked at it again and I'm like, man, we look awesome. All of us. We look great.
That hung up in our living room.
We just got that blown
up. Big one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great picture.
I've never had a family portrait on my wall. We've been in a couple of houses at this point, and I'm always gonna paint or redecorate or this, that, or the other.
Yeah, we never really hang anything up.
So I finally blew it up. Although Sunny's a baby. Like, I need a new one. Hopefully these pictures turn out. I'll have another one.
Is it the one of just you four, or is it the one of all of us with Parker and
I'm gonna hang the one of all of us on my wall. Just
sorry, man, you didn't make the cut.
Whatever. I did like the fact that, was it Ryland's idea that he wanted a solo picture just by himself?
Yeah.
Oh, and somebody has that photo, right, of him in his Captain Morgan pose. I mean, that was the best. I don't know where that is.
I don't know if I got a picture of it or not.
Here, I can share. I got it. Hold on. You guys keep talking.
Sometimes I see this kid just in his element, whatever it is, and I'm just like, you go.
He's a fun kid.
Look at you, little rock star.
Ryland has he has no problem. He has fit right into this family.
I love it.
He has a lot of confidence.
He's the male version of Avery. But
he took one by himself, so hopefully we'll be able to show that. But I think back to photos, and I'm glad we got Miranda here today, because the photo I'm thinking of, do you remember, I don't know if it was your dad or if it was your grandma that took you to get those photos with like Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse, and you couldn't have been all of a year old, and you've got the one ponytail. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like those very early photos. Rudy, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I went to go search for this picture.
Look at that confidence.
Yeah.
Crushed
Good old
it.
Ivan.
It's all his idea too.
Captain
Oh,
Morgan.
That's what I think I liked the best. It was his idea. He's like, I want a
Yeah, he
picture.
picked the spot and the pose, all of it.
That's
Yeah,
solid.
it's not just, you know, just sit back in the corner and be quiet. It's you know, hey, I think I have an idea of how I can make this session better. I need a
there's-
picture of
and-
me.
Hey,
And
lady,
again,
you've got a camera. Come take a picture of this.
There's 27 of us, 27 people, and he had no issues of like, yeah, everybody, all 26 of you.
Just hold on a second. Hold on.
I
Hold
need a picture. It's awesome.
I have no doubt in the meantime, too, he showed her his loose tooth and
Oh, for sure.
explained who his best friend was in school. And yeah, he's
Good stuff. What were you saying about Miranda?
You remember those first photos that I don't remember if it was you or mom that got them for her, but they were in a studio and they had like the number. Was it the number 1 or was it Minnie Mouse?
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I thought you were talking about the one, Miranda, you remember, where you were in a bunny outfit with the, I usually post it every
Yeah.
Easter, but you were in the bunny outfit with the Easter basket and the eggs.
That
was a huge.
That was Robin, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Robin. Classy kid studio.
I'm talking about the one with the little ponytail.
Yeah, with the what did Grandma call it? The chongo on top?
Oh, yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, we took those at like Sears or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have brought those, I guess.
Little baby pictures.
Yeah,
Well, just
completely
thought-
unprepared, brother.
We were talking photos, and she was the first grandkid.
Sorry, no, he has there's a picture frame around here somewhere with a bunch of my old baby ones, but I don't know, I haven't seen it.
I think it's in the garage.
Any special memories of growing up
in the garage, right?
as the oldest grandchild?
Any special memories?
I'm not.
Yeah, what is it that you remember that? Oh, I know one thing, but yeah, so like things that we did as kids or when you were a kid that I did as a parent that now you're trying to
Fix.
use in
What
your,
you're fishing for?
what?
What legacies of your parenting am I passing on now?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I was
he's
an
fishing for
amazing,
compliments.
I was an amazing father. No, I can give myself a compliment. That's no problem.
I
ahead.
wholeheartedly agree. I have tons of great memories growing up. You specifically, I don't know, like if
What about me?
that would venture into home life so much as you as my dad. But I know we talked about this recently. Movie nights, the kids eat up movie nights when you put in that little extra effort of getting, all the extra comforters out of the closet, putting them out on the floor, getting your popcorn and your candies, lining them up so it feels like a little concessions bar and you get the movie ahead of time. He took it a step further even. He gets into it. He'll make and print out little like old-timey movie tickets for the kids. The fact that they get to come down the stairs and hand them to him, like it's just,
That's awesome.
they eat it up. The lights go down. Sometimes he'll play like a movie theater preview or two beforehand just to,
Wow.
it's some old random movie we haven't seen for a while, but the kids love it. And that's something I remember, doing as a kid at your house, getting that old smiley face, comforter out, and you know.
Yeah. Something
See,
else.
what movie night turns into at my house is I say, hey, you guys want to have movie nights? And then Avery's like, how about a show night? I'm like, show night? Like she wants to watch her Barbie, whatever, like, the half hour or, the 20-minute shows or whatever. I'm like, no, we're not watching like a bunch of episodes of, Bluey or whatever. I'm like, no, because it turns into a big mess. And
Well, Macy's my last one, and she's about to be 10 this month. And when I say, hey, why don't we have a movie night? It's just me and you on a Friday night. And I don't know if she's doing it on purpose. She's like, yeah, that sounds good. And like, I get excited. We'll pop popcorn. And then we sit down and then she puts it on YouTube. She wants to watch YouTube. She wants to watch for whatever. And I'm like, can we watch a movie? And there's no movie. I can't think of any movie when, because she really loved the Wonka movie that came out, and that just got released. That started streaming a couple days ago, and we watched that once. and then the Taylor Swift concert. But other than that, it's all YouTube. And it's like, man,
I mean, let's be honest though, you're not making it through a movie anyways.
No,
you pass out in any movie.
Yeah, I'd be out within.
That was our joke with Mom. You know, we could tell how good a movie was if Mom stayed awake through the whole movie.
This man
Sometimes
fell
that-
asleep in the Ninja Turtles movie. And
I
that was a
think we
killer
can get you
movie.
at your best. Like we could find the right time of day, a movie you've been waiting to see for a long time. We can get you what you need, a soda to keep you up. Like it does. I feel like I don't think there's a winning combination to get
Did
you
I
through.
fall asleep during Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one you were snoring in. Because we brought all the kids. I think Sonny was there
Yes,
too, right?
Stephanie went to that movie
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and I look over and you're sitting there leaning back, snoring a little bit.
I don't remember.
That's when
that.
you take popcorn, James, and just start trying to throw it into his mouth.
Nah, he was sleepy. He needed the rest.
I think I made it through the new Ghostbusters movie recently. I think I may have not. I think I did not off. I did. I just went to the movies last week to see a movie called Snack Shack that I'm sure nobody's heard of. I hadn't really either, but yeah, it's at the movie. It was actually really good. And I stayed awake for that. I was there by myself and I stayed awake for it. And literally when I got out of there, I'm like,
Example, there's no witnesses.
Right, nobody there. Does it worry you that there's chunks of movies that you probably just have never seen?
it used to worry me a lot, but now it's like there's nothing I can do about it. I go back through now and watch them. And there was one movie, the original Deadpool movie.
We'll be on the phone and you'll be like, have you seen this part of this movie? And I'm like, yeah, I've seen that movie, yes.
The original Deadpool, they had to come. I think I was woken up by the people cleaning the theater. Like I was out. And I remember waking up and the lights went, and that was a really, really good movie. And I remember being woken up by the people that were cleaning the place. So
excuse me, sir, you're gonna have to leave.
Yeah. So how do you wake somebody up? I'm curious on their approach.
Throw popcorn at them.
I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, but whatever.
How do we get on movies?
Well, my memory, I don't remember. It doesn't have anything to do with movies, but I just remember for some reason this is a core memory, and I don't know why. But you were real little. I think you were at the time still the only grandkid, and we were at grandma's, and you were back in one of the other rooms, and the window fell on your hand, I think, and you got your fingers trapped. And we heard me and Jamie are in the living room, and I don't know where your dad was at the time, but we heard you scream, and both of us just get up and fly into that room to lift the window off your finger. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, that just sticks out in my mind. I don't have a whole lot of memories that are still.
I do. I remember when you would go home, Miranda, and then we would bring out the cool toys at grandma's.
That's burned. Yeah, that's burned in the back of my brain.
Hey, but don't worry, Miranda. I'm getting him back because I say that to Avery all the time. And she freaks out. She absolutely freaks out. I love it. I'm like, no, don't worry. You go ahead and go. We're going to get the good toys out as soon as you leave.
So this is a glimpse into Sundays at grandma's or at our mom's house, is that the kids are all there playing with toys. And, we have to, prey on everybody's insecurities. So, when a kid gets ready to leave, we know they're leaving. They can't come, they're leaving with their parents. And we tell them, go ahead and leave, because as soon as you leave, the moment you leave, that's when we get out all the toys that aren't out when you're there. And so, yeah.
That's honestly, Miranda, if you had to pick, I think the answer is obvious, who your least favorite uncle was.
No, don't go there.
What?
It's funny because, Jamie, I have pictures of literally one just came up on my phone on Facebook the other day of Manny laying in the front yard trying to fix his underwear because Jamie had wedgied him so tight, like so bad. Jamie also would hold Parker and Manny's feet
to the ceiling fan.
Hold it up to the ceiling fan like he was going to chop it.
I don't
Does
know
your
if I
uncle ever
remember that
treat
one.
God, no.
Yeah, James, were you ever treated that way by any of your uncles?
No, not at all.
Jamie, do you have anything to say about that?
I don't remember the fan thing with Parker anyway. I do with Manny.
Maybe it was just Manny. You tortured Manny, I think.
No, I was interacting with him. You know,
It's good. It builds character, you know.
He was showing him attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Builds character.
Yeah.
He is who he is because of that today.
Exactly. There was a big portion of my life that I was scared of the dark because my dad used to mess with me when I was sleeping. He'd crack the door and make monster noises in my room.
Your dad would do that to you.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Because growing up, the kids, Manny and Parker, their mom would always, like, literally, we had corners of our house up in Liberty, and she would hide behind the corner and like just jump out in the middle of the hallway to scare them. And I'd be downstairs and I could hear, you know, the interaction upstairs, like, but then when it comes, you know, nighttime and the kids can't sleep.
That's your problem now.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
It's her problem.
No, but that's the thing. You're creating.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it just blew my mind. I'm like, why are we? Of course they can't sleep. You jump out and scare them. It makes no sense to me at all. You can't be frustrated at that point when they can't go to sleep at night. So, yeah. What was the Mexican story that if you fall asleep with your feet out of the blankets, then
monsters will get it.
Monsters will get it.
La Llorona.
La Llorona is something else. She's the one that
El Cucuy.
El Cucuy. I don't know the El Cucuy story, but La Llorona is the one. That's the lady whose kids died, and she walks around, and at night she
drowned her kids.
She drowned her kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And at night she's gonna come and get you or something. I don't know. Mexicans are weird.
Bring it back. How the heck did we get all the way over here?
La Llorona.
Oh well, James was talking about his dad's.
Well, it started with the feet being held to a fan, and
yeah, I started to cringe a little bit when you said my dad would come mess with me when I was sleeping. I was like, wait a minute, I know you said nothing was off limits, but I'm glad you kind of saved it at the end.
Well, I'm an open book.
Yeah.
James, you have a big family, so can we count on lots of views here? You know, our views are dwindling with every passing episode. So
you know what?
He decided to post on social media. Probably.
I'll throw you guys a bone. You know, I'll dust off. You know, social media.
Yeah, you're not a very big social media guy.
No, I don't really post a lot on there. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I use it for like marketplace and other stupid stuff. That's about it.
Yeah.
No, you gotta talk about his nickname because then my tagline will make more sense.
Sarge.
You spent some time in the military, huh?
Sure did.
Military. What is that? What are you pointing to?
Look at all his fancy stuff.
That's all my military stuff.
Is that a Purple Heart?
No. So that's my shuttle box from South Korea when I spent 1.5 years there. This is just my flight out of basic training. The top one is my certificate I got whenever I actually became a staff sergeant. And then this one here is all of my challenge coins that I've received. So you receive those when you basically as an award or recognition whenever you do a good job.
Challenge coins?
Yep.
That sounds like video games, like when you pass a level.
Basically.
Like Sonic.
There's some old military history stuff like with it, but no,
like if you get shot, then all the coins fall out like Sonic when he gets hit.
Yeah. So you lose coins whenever you get hit. And once you have coins and get hit,
you gotta grab
it gives you more health. It gives you more health the more coins you get.
Now, are you saying a staff sergeant sounds kind of? Are you saying you were more important than my father, who did mail in the military?
Yeah, my dad was in the military too.
He sorted mail. He was a mail carrier.
I don't think I'm any more important than anybody. I was a truck driver for short in the military.
Okay.
You were a staff sergeant. That sounds important.
Did a lot of stuff. Drove a lot of distinguished visitors as well.
Ooh, like who? Name names.
Who's the most famous?
So I actually have a coin from him too. I drove a Japanese 4-star general and got to be in part of his motorcade. So I drove him and his I don't know, whatever assistant people are, and had the black SUVs in front and behind me that would run out into the traffic and block traffic while we flew through and everything.
Those are the ones like in movies that they bomb and they blow up.
Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
I did that. I was part of the detail for, actually, it was Joe Biden when he was vice president. He came through town, and I didn't drive him specifically, but one of the, was it senators that came into town or somebody along those lines that was with him? I did drive for her and a couple people, but I was part of that motorcade as well. So a few cool people like that. Those are probably the most notable.
When I worked at Worlds of Fun, I picked up Pam Tillis from the airport and drove her to Worlds of Fun. So
you want to tell your other Worlds of Fun stories?
Yes.
Yes. I got to walk on stage and plug in Trisha Yearwood's bongos. I also met Travis Tritt and Tracy Lawrence, but
and Sandy or Clovis, R.I.P.
That guys,
that's for another day.
I remember Yaki and who else was it, Jamie?
Dude, we've
Marty,
gone on
Marty
some
and
tangents before, but we don't want to get on Worlds of Fun tangents where we're talking about cockatoos and.
Well, Miranda, we were friends with you were friends with the people, the Parrot Tray. They were on Pet Stars. Ed and Julie Cardoza. Pet Stars, they got little parrots that rode bikes on high wires and stuff. Anyways, so you
I'll make sure that legacy continues. My children will work at Worlds of Fun as well.
No, they won't.
Thank you. They will. You worked there. You worked there. Right?
Miranda worked there?
Miranda worked there, right?
That was my first job. Because it's one of the only places I think that'll hire you at 14.
Right.
What did you do there?
Where did you
I was in the merchandise department, so I was a cashier. I went around to all the gift shops and worked
merchandising.
I figured there's only a handful of things you can do at 14. You can't do rides, you can't do food. I think you can be like the cleaning crew with the brooms and whatever, but I figured why wouldn't I take the job in the AC?
You can't go around sweeping floors in the park, but you could be in charge of money at 14. That seems like
no. She's saying you can.
You could be. I think those were the two things. You were allowed to handle money. I couldn't count and carry the till. That was a supervisor role. But as far as taking the cash and handing it back and stuff like that, that wasn't a problem.
Yeah, I think pretty much all of us have worked at Worlds of Fun at one point.
Yeah, I think you and I, Jamie, had the coolest jobs there. Bobby, what did you do?
I was I started off with food service, and I was on a cart where I had to put that frozen ice, and it was all sticky. And anyway, I was on food service early. But no, one of the coolest jobs I got to do was cash control. Unfortunately, it meant I had to stay until after the park closed, but I went around and got to all the tills and got all the money, and then I'd go back and count it, and then you had to balance and everything.
Park's closed.
My favorite was glows.
Glows?
Glow carts.
Oh, with like glow sticks and stuff?
Yeah.
Huh.
With all the light up swords and headbands and bubble wands. Especially on a nice night. You just walk around the park.
It was a really good job. It really was. I don't know why Parker and Manny didn't do it. It was because Andrew. What did Andrew do? Was he also in?
He's in food.
Was he in food service?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that was a good job, man. Why, James, why are you against working at World of Fun?
I'm not. There's other jobs out there though, and that's kind of a far drive.
I think he'd rather the hot, useful skills.
Yeah,
I got to babysit a dolphin.
Yeah, that was the worst job. No, we're not going there, but that was a terrible job. Like the job was, so the last dolphin show would end at like 6:30 on a summer night when they didn't close until midnight. And then babysitting the dolphin, you would have to wait until 1 o'clock until the security guards swept the whole park. Because the only thing they had protecting the dolphins were chains.
Chains, yeah.
Yeah, it was a theater with just chains, and people could run under the chains and stick their hand in the water. And they'd get bit. Those dolphins would bite. But yeah, so you had to sit there from basically 7 o'clock till 1 in the morning, and they wouldn't put 2 people there. They would only put 1 because you had to focus on the dolphin. They told me I couldn't read a book. We couldn't have friends there or whatever. And so it got pretty boring. And those dolphins, they expected you to like play with them. Like they had toys and they'd smack the ball out of the pool. And then if you didn't go get it to play catch with them, they'd come by and splash you. And yeah, I wasn't for all that.
There was one time I was working at the cash register. I had to pee so bad. And you have to get a hold of your supervisor to come relieve you so you can go to the bathroom. The problem is they bounce from store to store. So I have to go to the list of stores and I have to start at one. Hey, is the supervisor there? No. Go to the next one. Hey, is the supervisor there? And try to catch the supervisor. Let her know, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. Can you come by my store? It was getting so bad. I could not think straight. I'm trying to count money and I physically can't stand up right anymore. So I would take the money and I'd have to bend over to like squeeze and I have to count the money. And then really quick, I'd have to stand up and hand it to them and like squeeze again. It was getting so bad. I could not find the supervisor. There was a dude in the store at the time, there were so many creepy people, a lot of people, random kids trying to flirt with me, even older people saying weird stuff, just hanging around. It was super creepy. There's this dude in the store at the time. He's trying to talk to me too while I'm like, it got so bad. I literally looked at him and I was like, make sure nobody steals anything. And I ran out of the store, left it completely unattended, ran to the bathroom and back. It was really bad. And I got back and it didn't look like anybody had robbed me. But what do they want me to do? I mean,
let's be honest. She didn't run to the bathroom because then that would have caused some stuff to come out.
She did the pee-pee run. That's terrible.
The pee-pee run?
The pee-pee run, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Times. I had no idea we were going to take a World's Fun detour.
Yeah, man.
All right, we got derailed a little bit.
Yeah. So Easter. Did you guys have a good Easter?
Yeah. So as if I hadn't seen you guys enough on Saturday, then less than 24 hours later, we're back together again on Easter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Easter was good. It was busy, I think. Both kids are still at a really good age right now for all that stuff. Also, our year with Rylan this year with the holidays, it's our poopy year. Like I feel like there's a year on where you get all the good. You get Halloween, you get Thanksgiving, you get Christmas Eve, and then the next year you don't. I think you have like Easter. I don't even think we have 4th of July. So Easter, I had to make it count this year with Easter. We had both the kids. They're both at really good ages and stuff. They had a great time. And yeah, we enjoyed it. We got to see everybody on our list. I was a little bit worried we weren't going to make it back, but we made it to Grandma's. We got through all the egg hunts.
Yes, you made it.
We did an Easter egg hunt in our backyard. I've got a 5-minute video that I don't know. My iPhone isn't going to let me do anything with because it's 5 minutes long. But yeah, it looked like all the kids enjoyed themselves, had a good time.
Chocolate was melted. The chocolate
might have been a little melted. It might have been sitting out in the sun.
Yeah.
For the second time. For the second time in the history of the Paredes Easter egg hunt, we had chocolate in the plastic eggs, and they basically baked under the sun. And so, yeah, they got a little messy.
That's fine. Though I ate one of Macy's today. It tastes just fine. So, yeah, we're good there. But yeah, Easter kind of went off without any kind of issues either. It kind of went smoothly.
And we had several people in that house. That was probably the most people we've seen in Mom and Dad's house, I think, in a long time, because I don't know that anybody was missing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Not only was no one missing, but I think we actually
Parker and Manny were missing, dude, and Kim.
Sorry.
So basically half of my group was missing. Thanks, Bob. But we also added one with Neon.
Yes, Kylie and Neon Dion.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're adding as well. Like the house isn't getting any bigger, but we keep adding people to it. So
I like Dion, but he's not a he's.
I know. How many more years do we have though? with a house full, like chock full of people.
Okay, so I was just thinking about this. I was mowing tonight, and that actually came up in my head. I'm like, what are we gonna do when, God forbid, our parents are gone? Like, where are we gonna hold Sundays or holidays with, you know,
Who's gonna keep Sundays going? Anybody?
Well, I think that probably falls to me. I mean,
what did you say, Jim?
I said our house ain't big enough.
I don't want to deal with that. That's.
You know what I was actually thinking? We should do a rotating. We should do a rotation.
It should be a rotation, and I have probably the smallest house out of everyone, so we would just skip mine. Actually, mine would
we can skip you, but you have to do double shifts in the summertime when we can be outside.
Right. I was about to say we can do in the summertime. I'll take double shifts, and we can have backyard.
At no point am I going to be outside in the summer on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, you're right. If it's 100 and something degrees, I can get some outdoor fans or something. Yeah, but you're right. We're not outdoor people.
Nope.
No, we need air conditioning. Yeah, so that's not.
We'll figure it out. Well, even if we have to keep mom and dad's house just so we can, meet there one day a week.
Should we get to the quit? Look, is Jamie asleep or did he freeze? Oh,
I'm frozen.
Yeah,
am I frozen?
For a second or two, you were.
He warned us that his internet started acting up.
I was going to say we probably.
Go ahead.
The award.
No, I'm going to stop. Go ahead, Jamie. Say something.
No, you mentioned you probably want to get to the Quit Acting Stupid Award for the week. I'm going to go ahead and give it to myself. We kind of I teased around about it. Hopefully my internet doesn't go out while I'm telling the story, but so it kind of got tossed around when we were at mom's the other day. But so I went for last week of spring break for us, and we went to the just a staycation. We went to the Great Wolf Lodge. Nothing major.
Or as mom says, Wolf Lodge.
Wolf Lodge.
Wolf Lodge. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we just stayed there a couple of nights, and I went ahead and boarded the dogs, and so I took them to this lady, and didn't think everything was done. I went to go pick up the dogs, and she hands them to me outside because her kid was sleeping inside, and I was like, okay, cool. So I just grabbed them. The one jumped into the Jeep, and I'm like, man, they don't usually, not that excited to get in. They don't jump in. I have to, pick them up and, put them in. So I did. I put the other one in, and the one dog gets car sick. So I have to have her up while I'm driving, looking out the window so she doesn't puke everywhere. And the other dog is, all excited, running around, hops in the back seat. I'm like, man, usually they're so scared to be in the Jeep that, they're going somewhere they don't want to go. I'm like, well, I did jump back seat before. And so she comes back up front, whatever, is kind of looking at me. And when I dropped him off the first time, she's like, yeah, my backyard doesn't have a lot of grass right now. There's so many trees. It gets kind of muddy. So if it rains, do you mind if I give him a bath? I'm like, fine. Hey, knock yourself out. And so this dog's looking at me from the passenger seat, and she just looks like, like slicked back a little bit, like just the sun, the sun shining on her. Looks, I'm like, man, you look a little bright. You look different because, usually my dog's got, hair all in her eyes and stuff. This one's all like slicked back and stuff. And so I, whatever. So I drive home, get out, and I let them out, and they run outside, go poop and everything. And I go upstairs because I'm starving at this point. And Avery comes into the kitchen and is like, that's not our dog. And I was like, she goes, that's it.
I'm so glad I did. I was literally about to take a drink of water. I would have.
I'm like, where is he going with this story?
I know. I'm like, this isn't what we talked about, but wow.
Okay, so she goes, that's not our dog. That dog's Fluffy. And I was like, oh, I said Kylie. Oh, Avery. Thinking, this, you don't know that this dog had a bath. This lady, she just looks clean. Ha ha ha. She just slicked back, whatever. And then Emily comes into the kitchen, and Avery's like, yeah, that's not our dog. And And Emily's like, Jamie, that's not our dog. And I'm like, whatever. You guys are nuts. I mean, it's clearly our dog. I mean, I just drove home with him. What are you talking about? And so I was like, whatever. And I look at her and I was like, oh, wait, her collar looks different. And so I go up to her, I grab her by the neck and look at the collar. It's a different collar. That's not our collar. They have matching collars. And so I looked at the tag and it says Zoe. It's like, what the hell is this? Because before that, when we were driving home, when we left the Great Wolf Lodge, Emily's like, oh, we haven't gotten any pictures of the dogs, having fun or whatever. I was like, yeah, they're probably out. They probably lost one of them and are out replacing it with another one. And so that's the exact thought that came into my mind. I'm like, do they really do a switch? Like, on TV shows where they just color the nose a different color or something, like get shoe polish or whatever. But then I'm like, you know what? And then I'm thinking back, I'm like, when I was driving home, that dog has a really black nose and our dogs have lightened up. And I'm like, and then I look at them next to each other and our dog, Frenchie, the one that is our dog, she's the smaller one of the two. Well, when they got next to each other, she was the bigger one. I was like, oh no. I mean, these dogs were identical. Like, not even like, one was shaved, short. Like it was like they went to the groomers at the exact same time. Like, so they looked, but yeah. And so I called the lady right away, call me ASAP, blah, blah. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I do have one that looks just like your dogs. I'm like, that thought didn't even cross my mind that there would be another dog at the same lady's house that looks that much like her. It just blew my mind. And so I'm driving over. I'm like, I'm already on my way. And she comes out with my dog. And I'm like, dude, I mean, and they look nothing alike when you look at them, next to each other. But it was just like, oh my gosh. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm the idiot that didn't even realize that I didn't have my dog. I mean, I would have noticed it when the dog took a crap and didn't eat it. Like, oh, that's not my dog. So yeah.
Why are you reading it? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. So
that being said, yeah, you definitely get the award. We had talked about.
We have to get the other one though that me and Rudy talked about.
Do you have a video of that? I sent.
Do I have a video?
Earlier. Yeah, I sent you the video earlier.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have time to download it. Put it on your computer.
I can't. It's on my phone.
Yeah, no, I didn't have time to download it. Do you have a picture of it?
You're the worst host ever. I mean, I've got the picture on my Facebook page, but the video was much cooler. And I don't have the picture of.
And what happened to our soundboard? We had a fun toy that we were playing with.
No, it was a bad idea to begin with. You've got to knock
none
that
of them have fit today.
I talked to James about it. We need to drop the one that you are so fond of.
I'm talking about my dog, so I guess.
Come again? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
That drop is too long. You got to cut out the come again. You just need the. But anyways, no, we were gonna get the quit acting stupid to. Should we even talk about it? Should we save it? Let's save it. Yeah, we'll save it. We'll get the video for next week because the video will set it up. And yeah. We're at an hour. I think we did good. I don't feel like we interviewed James enough. We didn't put him under he's got a big procedure going on tomorrow.
Yeah. We didn't talk about his
I gotta give him props for playing through the pain on Saturday and taking those family photos. And then I later found out what I found out. I was like, wow, he really mustered up some strength to make it through the family photos.
So it wasn't too bad.
Your procedure's at 8:00, correct?
Yeah, like 8:30.
Do you guys need any help tomorrow or anything?
No, we already called his mom.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
I know.
Someone had to move, 45, 50 minutes away. So
I helped you on the front end of it. I can understand.
Well, I mean, you did technically.
that one was also.
I was getting phone call. He watched her for me when he went in originally for the longer portion of this procedure. But I turn around and I see them driving through the parking lot. She's running around and whatever. So I was like, just bring her in. Just bring her inside.
No, she was great until the very, very end at the parking lot. She was great though. She really was. We had a good day.
So Poppy let his granddaughter run all through the parking lot.
I was trying to get her car seat out of the car to make things more smooth when Miranda was ready to get her, but then I look up and she's gone in the parking lot.
Oh,
I can see why you might not want him watching.
Oh, she was fine.
No, it's not that at all.
Are they
My mom's
basic?
Literally 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
Are
And
they
she's on-
basically gonna? Are they gonna be playing asteroids with your kidney stone? Basically, is that
No,
what's-
so they've already done all that. They've removed them, removed the kidney stones and all that stuff. I guess you could say it was like asteroid. I think they go in with a laser and break it up and move it. But no, now they're just removing the stent that's been in for 2 weeks now. So
do you need an IV or anything tomorrow?
no, so
I know you're not a big fan of those.
no, I'm not a big fan of those, and even more so, I'm not a fan of this procedure.
Ooh.
I've had it done before, and they do not put you under for it at all.
go in and they rip it out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
100%.
so I'm gonna
Luckily, this place uses, they'll actually let you use nitrous oxide to kind of laughing gas to put you,
Isn't that
not
what,
really asleep, but out of it. But
was
yeah,
it-
the first time I went in, nothing. They numbed it and then did their thing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Boy.
so you've had this before then, right? I mean, so you know what to expect.
Yeah, it was what, 2 years ago now?
It
Year and a
was
half?
three plus years ago. I was 9 months pregnant when he
Oh,
went
that's
in.
right. Yeah, it was right
What's
before
your
Turney was
problem?
born.
What's your
Drink some
problem?
water, man.
And just so we're clear, the part that you're not looking forward to is the removal of the catheter. Is that correct?
Removal
No, it's a
removal of the
stick in his wiener.
stent, which comes out the same way the catheter would. Yeah.
So why?
Oh,
I'm
Not
not.
by his kidney.
It's-
It's just a little piece.
It's a small tube about yay big, maybe or this big, that's in between your kidney and your bladder.
So,
So
but they
it's
got to
your
go
wiener?
in through your wiener hole.
Keep it open.
And pull it out?
It's to keep the
Yep.
the
Fish it
so
all the
you
way
can
in,
soak
grab
your
it, and
pee.
pull it out.
Wait, I thought you said this was in your back.
I thought it was in his back too. I don't know why. Didn't I hear it was in his back? The stent was in the back.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
unless they're
towards
going to
your
open up his
kidneys.
back.
You know where your kidneys are?
So they're going through your wiener hole to get all the way to
Yes.
your
And they
back?
go all the way back.
Yes, all the way through your bladder into the little tube between your kidney and bladder, and pull it all the way out.
So
And like I said, they don't put you to sleep for it.
No, they have to
A
put you to
lot of
sleep.
blood.
though.
Lot of
Like-
blood.
It makes me think
a lot
of
of
trying
blood.
to
We know
pull,
how much James loves blood.
Yeah.
the string of a hoodie back through the hole. Like that's what I picture. Like trying to.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
it's very good.
Mm.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
had a hernia operation many years ago, and I just remember the worst part was coming to and realizing that they had just pulled the catheter out, and
Mhm.
yeah, they just said, "Well, it might burn when you pee the next."
Might burn for a little bit. Yeah.
I had a
That was
hernia
the most,
operation.
the most excruciating pain I think I've ever been in. Now it
Yep.
subsided
I
over a
did-
couple days, but yeah.
I had a hernia operation and I didn't have a catheter. What's wrong with you?
Well, your hernia must have been different than my hernia.
I had two of them, one on each
They didn't
side.
have enough. They didn't have enough area to put the catheter.
They didn't know there was
Different
such a
hernia.
big. There was such a big area. They didn't know where. to
All
put
right.
it. My daughter is on here. You need to stop talking like that.
Okay.
Boy,
Anyway.
All
All right.
The
Well,
show
good luck,
has
James.
officially gone off the rails.
Yes,
Time
good
to
luck,
end it.
James. Thank
Good
you
luck.
guys both for joining us.
I'll
Thank
be
you for
I'll be
finally having
praying
us.
for you.
Even though you guys look like you're like so far away, like it's a hostage video or something.
Yeah.
I kind
does.
of, I kind of feel like this is
Somebody's
an
off to the
ISIS
side.
video. Like,
With guns to their
Sorry.
head.
I wanted to get both of us in it, and this is like my work setup, so it's got the nicer camera and mic.
Hey, real
could be
quick,
like
real
this.
quick before we log off, it's in EA Sports. It's in the game.
What?
Or is it or is it get to the game?
It's in the game.
It's
Get
in
to
the game.
Get to the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Correct.
Right?
Oh my God.
Miranda.
Apparently, we're settling some long-running dispute for them.
Do you? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Out of focus.
Oh my God.
Wait, Miranda, did you really think
it was
that?
it was getting the game?
You remember
You
when we used to fight about that?
You
Yeah,
embarrassed
somebody
your
used to
dad.
say- you did embarrass me, Miranda. Somebody used to say to the game. I think EA Sports to the game.
To the game.
I don't know if
What?
that was Manny when he was really little. No, it's in the game.
Yeah.
It's in the game.
She still
Wow.
hasn't learned yet to just trust me on that.
Miranda,
we
you should
should-
have let us. You
We
should
should
have
have
let us
cut the video.
Boy,
Hey,
I feel embarrassed for you.
Watch when this comes out, that part's just gonna be scrubbed from it.
When did you even play EA Sports games, Miranda?
I don't.
Do they score home runs in that game?
You should have let James. You should have gone with you. Oh, Miranda. Now we got to scrap this whole episode.
Or every time we see you now, it's going to be to the game.
I feel like she's getting blurry on purpose.
No, it's hard. It's the webcam tries to adjust the focus. I got one of those fancy ones, you know.
Ooh.
Wow. I
Wow.
mira fancy.
Well, Miranda, I love you anyways. And
We need to let these folks get
yes,
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
James, son, I love you
Although, look
too.
what I do have on my desk. I will
Thanks,
show you
Dad.
real quick. They're called, I found them at Five Below. They're called Toast-It notes.
Oh my God!
Is that not
Genius.
hilarious? Guys?
Bring it closer to the camera. That looks amazing.
I think it's funny. I like it.
Pull it out. It's a little notepad.
Came
I-
with
Toast-It notes.
hold up.
I'm a sucker
There's
for
two
a
of 'em.
good pun, but look at that.
Yeah.
Toast-It
The
notes.
things they make nowadays. It's really crazy.
Does
I
it go
wonder-
down? Do you push it down like into the?
No, it's not functional.
I
Unfortunately.
wonder if the Toast-It note guy is as rich as the Post-it note guy.
Oh God, I hope he's richer.
God, that'd be awesome.
That's a
Important
genius
word.
idea.
That is genius. Man, we should have you back on with more like cool finds from Five Below.
I want a segment.
Oh,
Can I get a?
Our office is covered and stuff.
Yes, we'll give you a segment. We'll work on that. We'll give you a segment.
Like, does that look familiar?
What is that?
What are you pointing to?
It's a pyramid.
It's his Zelda encyclopedia.
Oh, I got that for you for
Yeah.
Christmas or
What?
That was
birthday?
Christmas. No, I think it was Christmas, wasn't it?
Christmas.
No.
The Legend of Zelda.
We were outside.
might
It was
be.
hot.
Yeah,
You got him a
Oh,
Legends of
yeah.
Zelda encyclopedia?
I
Yes.
sure did.
James, you're a big Legends of Zelda fan?
Yeah, I grew up playing like the old school one on the
Okay.
Nintendo, and then
So did we.
I
64.
wouldn't mind taking a
The
peek
little
at that.
gold cartridge one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gold cartridge. We got that at that was probably one of our stolen games from the City Market.
City Market.
That mom didn't know was stolen, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, man, we got a whole new episode. We're going to talk about Legend of Zelda. What happened, guys?
She left, and the camera just doesn't know what to do now. So this is what you get.
She left, and the camera's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes cricket.
I guess she was done with us. So, did she leave for a reason? Was she going to get something, or?
Probably had to pee.
She's just tired.
Yeah.
And wants to go to sleep.
You're right. She probably had to be. All right. Well,
Bobby, take us out.
All right. Well, we want to thank our guests, James and Miranda. Look, she's back just because Uncle Bobby got on the mic. But want to thank our guests, James and Miranda, for joining us and talking with us this evening. And for my brothers, Jamie, my brother Rudy. Until next time, quit acting stupid.